We're going to be getting involved with a Dutch on this one. Dundalk, 6 o'clock. And we're going for 4 horses. We're going for the front 3, and then we've got a bit of maybe information on this one. Barrettstown, which is a long shot, 34-1. Anyway, let's get our stake split up. Very quickly done, as you can see. You just press stake, put in your stake, and it's done. So if any of our horses win, we're looking at around a 75% return. 70% on Barrettstown, because the odds are jumping all over the place. It's always a little bit tricky just to make sure there's an exact return on every horse, but that is the idea behind Dutching. We're going for pretty much the front 3 favourites here, so if any of these win, we should be good. We're waiting now. We've got around 4 minutes, and then we'll be off.
In white flag, off and running as they settle down in the opening stages of the View restaurant at Dundalk Stadium, and Alpot switched from a wide draw along the rails, but coming through to take over is Barrettstown to 88, and then comes Eastern Wind, hasten slowly, Dr. Grace, and then...
So there's the horse that I was talking about. Barrettstown has gone to the front, so could have been some good information on that. Let's see what happens. Still very early in this race.
Is Barrettstown, and then Engel Dorka along the rails as they go down the back straight is Without Love. And tracking Without Love, a length and a half further back is Eastern Wind. Then along the inside is Waystar as they continue to straighten up inside the final 7.5 furlongs. And then mid-division as they make their way down the back in this is King's Gesture. And then comes Midnight Stagger as they race through the 7 furlong marker. And 88/2 to Barrettstown, Engel Dorka, Without Love, Eastern Wind. And then comes Midnight Stagger on the outside of...
So currently leading is 88. That's one of our horses. Let's see if 88 can get over the line for us.
As they near the end of the back straight is Ethel Wolf. Then behind Ethel Wolf races King's Gesture. And whipping them in at the rear at this stage is Alpot, who's just been preceded by Storm Eric, who's on the heels as they leave the back straight of Sub Rosa. But 88 with the cheek pieces by 2.5 to Barrettstown, Engel Dorka, Without Love. Keeping up the constant gallop is 88 and Dusty Foley. Barrettstown, Engel Dorka, Without Love, Eastern Wind, and then Midnight Stagger, who's on the inside of Ethel Wolf. And then racing outside of it is Hasten slowly trying to get closer. And then in behind is Waystar, and then Dr. Grace as they make the run for the judge inside the final 3. And 88 kicking off the bend to Barrettstown.
Engel Dorka, odds on. That's one of our horses.
Dorka being tracked through as they straighten up by Eastern Wind, but it's 88 and Barrettstown, Engel Dorka, and in behind is Eastern Wind. Staying on is Storm Eric, Dr. Grace, the far side trying to get closer is Waystar.
Engel Dorka very short, now drifting.
Strikes for home for Adam Brown D'Souza. To in second place Barrettstown, then staying on under the standside rail is Storm Eric, but Engel Dorka by 2.5 to Storm Eric, Barrettstown, Eastern Wind, and hasten slowly, but Engel Dorka is making sure of this, and Engel Dorka going further clear to Storm Eric, Barrettstown, Dr. Grace from the rear, but Engel Dorka loves this place and scores again. Second Storm Eric, Barrettstown, Dr. Grace, Eastern Wind, and Alpot from the rear.
Okay, so yeah, we got there in the end. Engel Dorka with the win for us. We covered 4 of those horses, and this one, which ended up nicely actually with the most money on it, was the one which went on to win. Let's look at the in-play chart for this horse. And that was pretty smooth. It didn't really do much. It went odds on. You can probably play the take back. It went heavily odds on. Then it did start to drift and looked like it was about to go above evens. And who knows what caused that. But it just shows there's loads of opportunities in the in-running markets. In the end, pretty smooth actually. It didn't go that much higher than its starting price, as high as 8 in running. So... the other horse I was interested in was Barrettstown. Let's see how low this went, or if it did go low. I mean, we backed it at around 34. So let's have a look. Oh, it went as low as 4.87. That would have been a very, very nice in-running trade. Backing that at 34, getting that even just below 10 would have been a nice trade on that horse. So there was definitely some good information on that horse for us. But in the end, it was obviously mainly Dutch in the front 3. And it was the second favourite, which got us the win. And it's just an example of Dutching, okay? It's just an example of Dutching. That's the main point of this clip. You are going to Dutch maybe the front 2, front 3. We went for 4 horses in this one. It was the front 3 and a long shot. Totally up to you. There's so much flexibility with Dutching. Yeah, you probably have hours of fun with it. But of course, it's not full on trading, is it? Anyway, we're out on this one with a nice £79 profit. This was just a clip. If you want to see the full video which breaks down this strategy step by step, click the video that's on the screen right now. We're going to dive deeper into the strategy, and then you're going to see many more trading clips just like this. As said, click the video on the screen, and then I'll see you in the next video.